Good afternoon, dear esteemed guests. We are honored that you are here present for the virtual launch of the Advancing Inclusion and Political Participation of Women in the Bangsamoro project. The launch of this project is an important milestone that sends a clear signal that this is the time for women. This is a time for women to be recognized for our role in conflict transformation and good governance, and for leading and influencing the transformation of the Bangsamoro government. I am Alexandra Medina, CRS Program Manager for Peace Building and Governance, your host for this event. It is uplifting to see that we have with us this afternoon not just women, but also men who support women. Joining us are a representative from the BARM, from the Office of the Presidential Advisor on Peace, Reconciliation, and Unity, from the LGUs of the project areas, and community-based women leaders. May I share a few reminders for the smooth flow of our program this afternoon. Number one, put your phones, background apps, or devices near you on silent mode. And number two, mute your microphone when others are given the time to speak. Before anything else, let us pause for a moment of prayer to be led by Ustad Yusop Lumambas, Secretary General of the United Youth for Peace and Development Incorporated.
قال ربكم ادعوني استغفر لكم يا رب العالمين الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين آمين اللهم ارزقنا فهما كاملا وارزقنا علما نافعا آمين اللهم لا سهل إلا ما جعلته سهلا وأنت تجعل الحزن إذا شئت سهلا آمين اللهم ولي أمورنا خيارنا ولا تولي أمورنا شرارنا يا رب العالمين آمين اللهم ولي أمورنا خيارنا ولا تولي أمورنا شرارنا يا رب العالمين آمين اللهم إنا نسألك إيمانا كاملا ويقينا صادقا ورزقا واسعا وقلبا خاشعا ولسانا ذاكرا وحلالا طيبا وتوبة نصوحا وتوبة قبل الموت وراحة عند الموت ومغفرة ورحمة بعد الموت ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار والحمد لله رب العالمين.
Allow me to introduce CRS Philippines Country Representative, who will formally welcome us and provide the opening remarks. Prior to becoming the country representative of CRS Philippines, Karen James Umar was the head of programs here for 2 years, overseeing a diverse portfolio of programs including disaster risk reduction, emergency response, shelter, and peace building. For arriving to the Philippines, Karen worked for CRS for 7 years in Asia and Europe. Let us welcome Karen.
Thank you, Alex. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the project launch of the Advancing Inclusion and Political Participation of Women in the Bangsamoro, supported by the UK government through the British Embassy Manila and Catholic Relief Services. My name is Karen James Ungar, the country representative of CRS Philippines, and I'm honored to join you today. I would like to thank our esteemed guests for attending. Ambassador Designate of the United Kingdom, Laura Bethel, Honorable Bainon Caron, Chairperson, Bangsamoro Women's Commission, Director Vanessa Palarco, Office of the Presidential Advisor on Peace, Reconciliation, and Unity, Honorable Datu Marshall Sinsuat, Municipal Mayor Datu Bla Sinsuat, Honorable Ramon Piang, Municipal Mayor UPI, Honorable Reynalbert Insular, Municipal Mayor South UPI, Honorable Mohammed Kelly Antau, Board Member, Cotabato Provincial Board, Zokria Abbas, President, Tupig Women's Association, Bai Susura S. Manalao, President of the Women's Federation of Datu Bla Sinsuat, and from our partners, Mike Alon, Executive Director of Iman, and Morsadeen Hussein, Executive Director of UNIPAD. In partnership with the Integrated Mindanaoans Association of Natives and United Youth for Peace and Development, the project Advancing Inclusion and Political Participation of Women in the Bangsamoro provides leadership trainings, research on Bangsamoro women's engagement, and consultations and dialogues to put and prioritize issues affecting Bangsamoro women in local plans, policies, and budgets. Supported by the Bangsamoro Women's Commission, CRS and partners will implement the project in the municipalities of UPI, South UPI, and Datu Bla Sinsuat in Maguindanao, and in Cabacan, Carmen, and Picagawan in the Special Geographic Area of the Bar. CRS has been supporting peace building and governance in Mindanao for almost 3 decades. This project is a unique opportunity to link CRS's expertise and partners' experience to support the advancement of gender equality and increased leadership of women in the Bangsamoro. In the 2 short months since the project began, the response and interest has been overwhelming, proving the local government's intention to increase women's participation in governance. 274 women leaders representing 39 women's organizations across all the municipalities have already attended the initial trainings. CRS believes in the power of women to make a positive impact in their communities. Through this project, we provide women opportunities to lead and be heard and help them turn their hopes into reality. Women are strong, creative, and innovative leaders, and our hope is that this project inspires more women to become strong leaders. Thank you for joining the launch of Advancing Inclusion and Political Participation of the Women in the Bangsamoro today, and I hope you enjoyed the presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, Karen. We do hope the project will help develop innovative and strong women leaders. To present to us and explain more about the Advancing Inclusion and Political Participation of Women in the Bangsamoro project, let us hear from Ms. Jehan Usop, Senior Project Officer of CRS.
Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, I would like to express my courtesy and respect to Her Excellency Laura Bofiles, UK Ambassador Designate to the Philippines, our Honorable BWC or Bangsamoro Women Commissioner, at the same time, Member of the Parliament, Ma'am Bainon Caron. The representative from the Office of the Presidential Advisor on the Peace Process, Director Vanessa Palarco, Head Social Healing and Peace Building Department. And our Honorable Board Member, Mohammed Kelly Antau Alhaj, sir. Our local chief executives of municipalities of UPI, Honorable Mayor Ramon Piang, and the South UPI, Honorable Mayor Reynalbert and Dato Bla Sinsuat, Honorable Mayor Dato Marshall Sinsuat Jr. Uh, my colleagues from CRS, and of course our beloved partners from EMAN, headed by Bapa Mike Alon, the Executive Director, and the United Youth for Peace and Development, headed by DMC Executive Director, Engineer Mercedes Hussein, and of course with our beloved Empower community leaders, women who are here today, Ms. Zukria and Bai Susara. Recording in progress. Good afternoon to all, and Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My task here is to give you an overview. So let me to take you to the overview of this project and what we have done so far. The project is advancing inclusion and political participation of women in the Bangsamoro. This project commenced last July 2021, and it will be ended by March 2022. So it's going to be a 8 months project funded by the Foreign Commonwealth and Development Office, or FCDO, of the United Kingdom government, and being implemented by our partners from the United Youth for Peace and Development, which is focusing the 3 municipalities of Maguindanao and the South Upi, and that of Blasinsuat, and the Iman for the special geographic area and the municipality of Pigawayan, Carmen, and Cabacan. Basically, the reason why we have this project is to address the perceived challenges that women does, such as women are underrepresented in BARM power structures. Although there are reserved 2 seats for the women in the parliament, but not only in BARM, we cannot deny the fact that Philippines is generally a highly patriarchal country, and we are still in the struggle to really surmount these challenges. Cultural perception norms are also perceived as barriers for women to formally participate in the political arena. Often, women do not develop skills and credentials because of these cultural perceptions, especially in the remote areas, as girls are not responsible for the sustenance of their family. In terms of recognition, not many women or not many political role models, especially for girls. These challenges that being perceived are not just in the BARM context. We cannot, as I've said, we cannot deny that this is highly patriarchal country. But despite those challenges, women have this kind of qualities that should be considered as an opportunity. Women have unique vulnerabilities, interests, and value to bring to peace and gender governance processes. The so-called women instinct, women used to be soft in nature, but they have the extraordinary enthusiasm or passion and being scrupulous or scrupulousness. In short, the women, they have this quality of efficiency and effectiveness to successfully achieve what they want to achieve. In many areas, women hold informal authority that can be leveraged. Women possessing natural power or influence. And I'm sure all gentlemen here will agree with me. There are also mandated laws, mechanisms, policies that support the role of women in peace building and governance. For example, the UNSCR 1325 and 1820 and other national laws that ensuring the protection and participation of the women. Localizing this context, there are numbers of provisions in the Bangsamoro Organic Law that pave the way to encourage, to increase, and enhance the participation of women in the region. Nowadays, the good thing, and I think it's an opportunity as well, that many of the women right-based advocates, including Muslim religious women, are continuing in the awareness raising in the community to correct some misconceptions about women empowerment and inclusion or participation of women in the political decision-making processes. It is not easy, however, or it may take time, but if we work together hand in hand, then it's not impossible to overcome these challenges. Yeah. Basically, can we just okay. Basically, this initiative wants to see the key result that women are participating and leading. The slide, please. No, next slide, please. No. Can you move up where we are? Give me a minute. No. Oh, I guess we missed this. Okay, yeah. Basically, this initiative wants to see this key result that women are participating and leading in influencing policies, development planning, and budgeting and implementation of governance effort with BARM. This result has three outcomes. Women have enhanced political leadership skills for influencing policies, development planning, and budgeting, and implementation of governance effort within BARM. Women expand membership and leadership in local special bodies and governance implementing mechanism, enabling environment for women formal participation in political processes will be improved. And of course, the key strategies. Can you please move down? Yeah. As of the date, the project has already trained 274 women leaders in the 5 municipalities, which is 43 barangays from Carmen, Cabacan, Pigcawayan in SGA, and South Upi and Datubla, Sinswat. These 274 women or numbers of women were composed of 39 women organizations. Within these 5 municipalities, we're almost reaching the target numbers of women to be trained, meaning we would possibly overshoot the target once we conducted the training in UP. And what we have, so what we have done so far in UP is still the coordination. No, we couldn't conduct the training yet. And due to the restriction of travel, we are facing a lot of challenges because of increasing of COVID. And UP is really observing and very careful in accepting outside or guest. So the training, basically the training content is empowering or empowerment and leadership, engaging government, relevant laws and policies, local development planning, women in local special bodies, GOD planning and budgeting, public policy and processes, and how to strengthen the women organizations. Alongside, we are also strengthening the partnership with government stakeholders through mobilize and buy-in and support from the key government stakeholders, meaning the local chief executives in the municipalities of UP, South UP, and Datubla, Sinswat. In fact, the DBS LGU and UNIPAD had now come up with the forging of memorandum of understanding. And of course, we are also tying up with the GOD focal person, the BARM SGA administrator, and the cluster coordinators, and barangay local government unit leaders in SGA. So we are, admittedly, we are facing challenges in SGA as they are not yet fully structured. And of course, we are also having strong partnership with the Bangsamoro Women Commission, because most of the initiatives that we are doing in this project is mainly the pillars of Bangsamoro Women Commission program. And that would be the end of my presentation. Thank you so much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Jehan, for that concise yet comprehensive presentation on the project. At this point, we will be hearing messages of support from important partners who are instrumental in lifting up women as political leaders. First and foremost, of course, is no other than the chairperson of the Bangsamoro Women Commission. Let us lend our ears to Member of Parliament, Honorable Bainon Caron.
Thank you very much. Auzubillahi minasyaitanir rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Courtesies to Secretary Carlito G. Galvez, Presidential Advisor on the Peace Process, Ms. Carmen James Ungar, CRS Philippines Country Representative, Mayor Dato Marcial Sinswat of Dato Sinswat, Mayor Ramon Piang of OP, Mayor Rinaldo Insular of South OP, Board Member Muhammad Kelly Antaw, Administrator of the Special Geographic Areas of North Cotabato, Mr. Mike Alon, the Executive Director of Integrated Mindanaoans Association of Natives, Mr. Morsidin Hussein, the Executive Director of United Youth for Peace and Development, Myla Nigoro, Technical Advisor 2 of the Catholic Relief Services, and of course, the Senior Project Officer of the EIPPWB project, Ms. Jehan Usop, and others team, guests and participants to this virtual launch. And of course, I almost forget, Alexandria Medina, Ms. Alexandria Medina. Good afternoon. First of all, I'd like to express gratitude and appreciation to the Foreign Commonwealth and Development Office of the UK government for its sustained commitment to assist us Bangsamoro in our journey towards a just and lasting peace. And from the ERMM to BERMM, you have shown your sincere intention to help us move forward on our noble task of ensuring a peaceful and secured communities for our people. And for that, I thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. The launch of this project and its subsequent implementation will certainly contribute to the implementation of the Bangsamoro Regional Action Plan on Women, Peace, and Security, especially in this period of transition. The plan seeks to enhance women's leadership role in conflict transformation and their contribution to policy and decision-making at all levels of governance. Currently, there are 221 women elected in provincial and municipal posts, or 217% lower than the number of men as elective officials, which is 1,016. This is based on the result of the 2019 local election. In the parliament, of the 80 members, there are only 13 members of the parliament. And what do these figures tell us? That women's participation in policy and decision-making at all levels of governance is very low. Increasing and enhancing women's roles and contribution is therefore imperative. The experience of ERMM governance had already taught us great lessons. I have said this before, and I will say it again, that Muslim Mindanao have had long experience on peace agreement implementation. There was the 1996 final peace agreement between the government of the Philippines and the Moro National Liberation Front, which gave birth to the autonomous region in Muslim Mindanao, or the ERMM. 18 years later, the comprehensive agreement on the Bangsamoro, or the CAB, between the government and the Moro Islamic Liberation Front was signed, which subsequently resulted to the establishment of the current Bangsamoro Autonomous Region in Muslim Mindanao. The implementation of the 1996 final peace agreement has taught us great lessons which serve as guide in the current implementation of the comprehensive agreement on the Bangsamoro. First among such lessons is inclusivity, bringing all stakeholders into the administration of governance, from local to regional. Involving all stakeholders in managing the affairs of the government promotes transparency and encourages accountability among the key actors in whose hands the welfare of the people is entrusted. Most important is to bring the women in, especially in shaping political decisions. Women participation certainly results to a gender-responsive and gender-sensitive process, an outcome of policy and decision-making. In closing, I would like to reiterate that if you want to ensure lasting peace and sustained development, women should be as much as politically involved as their male counterparts. Women's political participation is a prerequisite for gender equality and genuine democracy. Thank you very much, and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Chairperson Caron, for supporting women to be a positive political force. Now let us listen to the message from the Office of the Presidential Advisor on Peace, Reconciliation, and Unity. Representing Secretary Carlito G. Galvez Jr. is Director Vanessa Palyarco, Head of the Social Healing and Peace Building Department.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Assalamu alaikum. Apologies po, as the Secretary is unable in the Blue Ribbon Committee hearing. But of course, he is very much excited po sana to deliver the message. Please allow me to read it as follows. Courtesies to our distinguished guest today, Ms. Karen James Ungar, our chairperson of the Bangsamoro Women Commission, Ma'am Bainon Caron, Mayor Datu Marshall Sinsuat of Datu Blas Sinsuat, Maguindanao, Honorable Ramon Tiang, Honorable Reynalbert Insular, Honorable Mohammed Kelly Antao, to our women leaders who are here today, Mr. Mike Alon, Mr. Maurice Hussein, and of course, ito po ang aking teacher sa MPI, si Ms. Myla Liguro. Magandang hapon po and assalamualaikum. So the message of the Secretary, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. The Office of the Presidential Advisor on the Peace Process is pleased to join all of you in the virtual launch of the Advancing Inclusion and Political Participation of Women in the Bangsamoro Project. The launching of this project is both timely and relevant as we celebrate the National Peace Consciousness Month with the theme, Healing as One Nation, Recovering as a Better Generation. By helping to broaden the knowledge, honing the skills, and providing viable spaces and opportunities for our women to participate in the development and capacitating them as peace and nation builders, we are very much excited to see those happening before us. Through our National Action Plan on Women, Peace and Security, which embodies our country's commitment to promoting the rights and welfare of our women, we are recognizing the critical role of women and young women as peace advocates and their invaluable contribution in helping to create an environment where everyone can reap the benefits of sustainable development and long-lasting peace. In 2010, the OPAP, together with the different government agencies, civil society, and LGU partners, piloted the localization of the Philippine National Action Plan on Women, Peace and Security in the ARMM through a regional action plan on women, peace and security. Now updated through the enhanced BARM RAP WPS, we push forward for the continuing institutionalization of mechanisms and synergized efforts to collectively cultivate the women's meaningful role in peace building and conflict prevention, and at the same time strengthen and protect them from situations of gender-based violence, discrimination, and armed conflict. Meanwhile, allow me to also share with you that we are in the process of concretizing our commitment to the UNSCR 2250 as we undertake the ongoing formulation of the National Action Plan on Youth, Peace, and Security, supporting the development of the BARM Regional Action Plan on Youth, Peace, and Security as well. These efforts aim to underscore the unique narrative of the youth before, after, and during conflict situations. We are also aligning the NAP-YPS and the NAP-WPS as we endeavor to have harmonized and sustained efforts in transforming our women and youth into becoming resilient peace champions. We congratulate and extend our appreciation to our internal and local peace partners for your unwavering support to the Bangsamoro peace process, especially for spearheading the novel initiative, the Foreign Commonwealth and Development Office of the UK government, the British Embassy, and the Catholic Relief Services. Rest assured that OPAP will be behind you as we carry out more programs that will empower our Bangsamoro women to be prime movers and change makers in the Bangsamoro. Maraming salamat po at Happy Peace Month sa ating lahat. Shukran.
Thank you, Director Palyarco, for ably representing Secretary Galvez. At this juncture, we'll be hearing messages of support from the local chief executives of the project areas. First, we will hear from Honorable Mayor Datu Marshall Sinsuat of Datu Blas Sinsuat, Maguindanao. We'll just get back to Mayor Sinsuat. Now let us hear from Honorable Mayor Ramon Piang of UP Maguindanao.
Good afternoon to everyone in this program. Of course, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Pinabati natin si MP Bainon Caron ng Regional Chairman ng Commission on Bangsamoro Women. Of course, we also would like to acknowledge Ms. Karen James Ungar, CRS Philippines Country Representative. Of course, we have also with us Ms. Jehan Usup, our CRS Senior Project Officer. Also, we have with us the Secretary of the OPAP. We have with us the two mayors, Mayor Marcial Sinsuat of Tatubla Sinsuat Municipality, and of course, Honorable Reynalbert Insular of South UP. We have with us here Honorable Mohammed Kelly Antao of the SDC areas. Of course, we have to acknowledge the UK government, the British Embassy for their support to this campaign to make women more participative in terms of in the political arena. We also have with us Mike Alon, Integrated Mindanao Association Natives, Morsidin Hussein, Executive Director, United Youth for Peace and Development, and of course, with us also is Myla Ligoro, the Technical Advisor 2 of the Catholic Relief Service. To everyone, good afternoon. Greetings from the municipality of UP. Indeed, we are very happy that the municipality of UP has been part of this program in the empowerment of women to participate to be more participative in the political arena. In the municipality of UP, we have always seen to it that women are always part of our programs. In fact, if we look into our many programs, we have the representation of women in our local special bodies. All local special bodies in the municipality we have women duly represented. We also have women in our Sangguniang Bayan members. We have 3 women lady councilors in the Sangguniang Bayan. We have seen to it that women are part of our building peace building initiatives or our mayor's council, where we have 2 women out of 6 members. So that in the municipality of UP, indeed, we are very supportive, and we wanted to see to it that women are always part, and we believe and we agree that women are indispensable partners in development, especially so in the Bangsamoro region. So rest assured that in the municipality of UP, we will continue to support this program, and we will continue to see to it that women are always part of every program of the local government, and that women in this municipality are empowered. In fact, we have our very strong UP Women's Federation organization, wherein we have women participate in all activities being conducted within the municipality. So to CRS and to the British Embassy and to the UK government, to Bainon Caron of the Bangsamoro Commission Women Commission, we wish to thank you for making us part of this program, and to CRS, we commit our support to this program within the municipality of UP. Thank you very much, and wassalam.
Thank you for your support, Mayor Piang. Next, we will hear from Honorable Mayor Reynalbert Insular of South UP, Maguindanao. All right, I think we're having some difficulties with connection. So at this point, we'd like to listen to Honorable Muhammad Kelly Antao, Provincial Board Member of Cotabato. He has sent us a recorded message. So this will be played.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My courtesy to Miss Karen Jens Ungar of CRS Philippine to Secretary Carlito G. Galvez Jr., Presidential Advisor on Peace, Reconciliation and Unity, Honorable Marcial Sinsuat, Municipal Mayor, Dr. Blas Sinsuat, Maguindanao, Honorable Municipal Mayor, Maguindanao, Honorable Reynalbert Insular, Municipal Mayor of South OP, Maguindanao. We are expressing our warmest gratitude to all the participants of this affair. The virtual launching of the inclusion and political participation of the women in the Bangsamoro project. Such an undertaking is crucial in nurturing the early stage of the Bangsamoro Autonomous Region in Muslim Mindanao, BAR. It is timely that our favorite women leader in the southern region of the country, Ms. Sara Duterte, is being pushed by many sectors, including us, to seek the highest post in our country, the forthcoming political exercise. It is also timely that inside our ring of politics, for the top position in our province of North Cotabato, are between two beautiful women of excellent leadership and performance. If Singapore, a country dominated by non-Muslims such as Chinese Malays, Hindu Malays, Christian Malays, and others, it electorate championed the crowning of a female Muslim to the presidency. It is potential for the BAM for Muslim-dominated the electoral process to do the same. My 4 words minutes ago are only inspiring words for you, but in real sense, we really cannot ignore the bright contribution of our women in building our political future. Just as what they have contributed in the academy, where most of our mentors are in the kind. This means our lawyers, engineers, technologists, doctors, nurses, etc. are their architectural moldings. These are aside from the fact that they are keepers of the household. Even then, we must not belittle them because household is the first unit of our vast political world. Thank you and wassalamu alaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. Bismillah.
Thank you, Honorable Muhammad Kelly Antao. It is laudable that the UK government puts top priority on gender equality and the promotion of women's participation and representation. We are truly privileged to have with us the United Kingdom Ambassador Designate to the Philippines. To learn more about how the UK puts these priorities in action, let us hear from the Honorable Lord Bufis.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm trying to take off my video so that you can see. You can. There we go. Fantastic. So, good afternoon, everyone. Magandang hapon sa inyong lahat. At assalamualaikum. I want to start by saying just quite how happy I am to be joining this event this afternoon. This is only my second external engagement since I arrived here in Manila. Is it possible to get rid of the echo? I don't know if someone's got their... Okay, perfect. Okay. So thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here. I got to Manila about 3 weeks ago, and it is my second external engagement, and I feel it's absolutely right and fitting that it is at this event on gender equality and the political participation of women in Bangsamoro. The issue of women's voices and women's rights is an issue that I feel incredibly passionate about. So much so, in fact, that I did a master's in gender a few years ago, because I believe that this is so important for women's rights as an end in themselves, but to get the sort of world that we want, a world that is free, fair, peaceful, sustainable. And I believe that it is absolutely right for the issue of women's rights and women's voices to be at the heart of foreign policy and diplomacy. And that's why I'm really proud that one of the top priorities for the British government is to address gender equality and to promote women's rights and women's empowerment across everything that we do. So you will hear me talk about this a lot in the next 4 years when I am British ambassador here in the Philippines. So we've heard from many illustrious and esteemed guests, and I want to thank them for their contributions. I want to reiterate the fundamental importance that they've stressed of women's voices. It is right that women have the opportunity to lead and to be heard. It is simply the right and the fair thing to do. Women and girls, whether they be old or young, have unique experiences, interests, and value. And it is only right that they are given the chance to express their views and make their voices heard. And it is right as such that we offer support and guidance to increase their participation in the issues that affect them directly and their communities directly. It is right, but it also makes sense. As we have heard, women's participation ensures that decision-making processes are more responsive, more ethical decision-making, contribute to stronger attention to community priorities, to women's issue, and ultimately, as we've heard, to genuine democracy. Women who are able to participate, engage, and lead bring about wide-ranging long-term impacts that are a broad benefit to women, men, and children. And in the same fashion, we know without the shadow of a doubt that women's participation in conflict resolution and peace processes can improve outcomes before, during, and after conflict. Evidence is clear to show that when women participate in peace processes, they are much more likely to be successful and durable. And so this is why our program of support in the Bangsamoro region is focused on advancing inclusion and meaningful leadership of women. Through our joint work with Bangsamoro Women's Commission, we have already seen progress in the development of the Gender and Development Code, the promotion of the women's agenda in the Parliament through the Women's Caucus Bill, and the creation of safe spaces enabling women leaders to have meaningful exchanges. And so this is also why we as the British government have been so happy to support this project in line with the Bangsamoro Organic Law. As others have said, our partnership with the CRS will directly support 300 women leaders and 18 women's associations to improve their knowledge and skills and to train women in leadership, influencing policy and development planning and budgeting. And so here I would like to thank our esteemed partners in the Bangsamoro, without whom this project would not be possible today, and without whom this event today would not be possible. And that is, of course, the Honourable Minister Bainand Karen, Chairperson of the Bangsamoro Women's Commission. Thank you so much for your words that were really inspiring. I want to thank the Office of the Presidential Advisor on the Peace Process, and in particular, Director Vanessa Palarco, who's here today and whom we've heard from. Again, thank you for your words. I want to thank the women community leaders, the mayors, LGUs, many of whom are here today and many of whom are so supportive of this vision. Thank you too for your work. And of course, the Catholic Relief Services, headed by Karen James and her team. Thank you, Karen. Thank you, team. And I also want to thank the men that are partnering with women to increase their voice. It takes confident men who have the well-being of their communities at heart to challenge some gender stereotypes and to pave the way for more inclusive governance. I am grateful for your partnership and your leadership. I am confident that you and partners at the local government level will continue to chart the path and create positive environments for women's participation and for gender responsive governance in your respective communities. Your support is absolutely vital. As I said earlier, I've only just arrived in Manila 3 weeks ago, and I got out of quarantine just 2 days ago. But I hope to travel to Mindanao very soon. In fact, I hope that will be my first visit outside of Manila. And I hope to visit your communities, speak to as many of you as possible to hear about your concerns, your priorities, and the progress of this project, and in fact, the challenges that this project may face. This is the tip of the iceberg for the British government. We will continue to champion the voices of women and the Bangsamoro peace process, and we will remain a committed partner for peace and for women in the foreseeable future. Maraming salamat po. Assalamualaikum. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ambassador Designate. We are inspired and encouraged by the message that you bring, and we are hopeful that the UK government's support to women in the Bangsamoro will go a long way and make a great impact to improve gender equality and representation of women in the important arenas of community life. At this point, we will be listening to women leaders. There are the staff of the municipality of Datubla are present, but I think they are having connection problems. And also there is, I think, a brownout. There is a power outage at in Datubla, so that's why there's a difficulty, right? So at this point, we will be hearing from the community-based women whom the project has already engaged as part of the core group of leaders. They are women who epitomize competence, commitment, and passion to uplift other women. Let us welcome Ms. Sokriya Abbas, President of the Tupig Women Association in Carmen of the Special Geographic Area of Barm.
sa lahat na nandito sa virtual project lunch, sa ating mga supportive mayors, sa ating provincial board members, at the same time caretaker ng 63 barangays, Muhammad Kili Antaw, and also Bangsamoro Women's Commission, Ma'am Bainon Caron, Ma'am, I think nagkasama tayo last week. Sa Iman at saka sa partnership nito, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Una-una, nagpapasalamat din ako sa Iman at saka partnership nito kasi sila yung nagbigay sa amin, nag-activate sa amin na magkaroon kami ng association as a woman. At siguro doon kami nagsimula. At ngayon, ang promotion namin ngayon as a president of Women sa Tupig is empowerment, women's empowerment, na yung abilidad namin bilang kababaihan ay makikita ng lahat. May kaya kami, kung kaya ng mga lalaki, kaya din namin mga kababaihan. At sana po matulungan kami sa lahat ng agencies, especially sa Iman kasi sila yung nagsimula sa Bangsamoro Women's Commission, Ma'am Bainon Caron, na may pakita namin na mga kababaihan yung kaya namin gawin at saka makikilala kami sa lahat ng pagkakataon na dito sa lahat kami na mga kababaihan ay kaya namin kung ano yung kaya ng mga lalaki, kaya namin mga kababaihan. At sana po lahat ng agencies tutulungan kami na mabibigyan kami ng pagkakataon na suportahan yung gusto namin na mga kababaihan. Especially sa government. Kasi kami, especially sa lugar namin, kami yung mga hindi kami masyado nakikilala. Kaya nga ngayon, binigyan kami ng pagkakataon ng Iman na makikilala kami. Kaya nga, gumagawa kami ng association. Pinagmamalaki ko sa inyo na ang Tupig Women's Association ay marami na kami nagagawa. Dahil sa lahat, every sitios, mayroon kami mga women's na para ipapakita nila kung ano yung kaya nilang gawin sa aming barangay. Yun lang po. Maraming salamat.
Maraming salamat, Ms. Abbas. From Datu Blas Sinsuat, let us now listen to the President of the Women Federation, by Susara S. Manalao.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon to Secretary Galvez, to Honorable Bainon Caron, Honorable Muhammad Kili Antaw, to our beloved Mayor Dato Marcial Sinsuat, Mayor Ramon Piang, Mayor Reynalbert Ensolar, to the women leaders, to the CRS and the partnership of UNIPAD, to the UK ambassador to the Philippines, good afternoon and Assalamualaikum again. In behalf of the women in Datu Blas Sinsuat Municipality, makakaasa ho kayo that the women in that DBS will support and cooperate in all the projects that you will launch in our municipality. We believe that the leadership of Bangsamoro government will have a strong programs and improvement. Will have a strong program and improvement sa pagsulong sa karapatan ng mga kababaihan sa DBS. Maraming salamat po sa naging kabahagi kami ng programang ito. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Manalao. Those were very meaningful declarations from women leaders of our project areas. We are coming to the close of our program, and it is fitting that we hear from the implementing organizations of advancing inclusion and political participation of women in the Bangsamoro project. May I call on Mr. Mike Alon, Executive Director of Integrated Minerals Association for Natives, or IMAN.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon. The program Advancing Inclusion and Political Participation of Women in the Bangsamoro is a big encouragement and opportunity for women empowerment and participation in political leadership and decision making. In behalf of IMAN, I would like to thank all the stakeholders who are here and join us today. The Bangsamoro Women Commission, headed by MP Bainon Caron, the Municipal Mayor of UPI, Ramon Piang, and the Municipal Mayor of South UPI, Mayor Insular, and the Municipal Mayor of Datubla, Marcial Sinsuat, and the Administrator of SGE, Muhammad Kili Antau, and the Presidential Advisor for Peace and Reconciliation, Vanessa Ularco, and the Ambassador of UK, Lauren Buils, and the old partners of IMAN, CRS, and a special thank to also given to US government for the support and making the proposed program. As we end this activity, we do hope and pray that we will maintain the high spirit and put into action all our commitment and support for the empowerment of women in the Bangsamoro with the guidance from Allah. And again, thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you very much, Papa Mike, our longtime partner in CRS. Next, we will hear from Mr. Morsidin Hussein, Executive Director of United Youth for Peace and Development, or UNIPAD Incorporated.
Thank you, Ma'am Alex. Good afternoon and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. To Ambassador, to UK Ambassador Lori Bofels, to Secretary Galvez and Director Vanessa Palyarco of OPAP, to Honorable MP Bainon Caron of BWC Barn, the Honorable Board Member Muhammad Kili Antau, to the local chief executives, Mayor Marcel Sinsuat, Mayor Ramon Piang, and Mayor Insular. And to Miss Karen Jeans Ungar of CRS, and of course, Ma'am Myla and the rest of the colleagues, partners in CRS. Again, to my fellow women champions, good afternoon. In behalf of UNIPAD, we cannot stress enough the significance, the importance of women participation in governance. If I may quote our president, he said that with women partners, we can build a nation. That is why, aside from the youth, women is one of the sectors that is priority, part of the priorities of UNIPAD in the delivery of its programs and services. And indeed, this program on advancing inclusion, political participation of women is indeed a unique platform and opportunity for us, women champions, in BARN to promote women participation in political governance, especially during the transition of BARN. So with this, we would like to thank, of course, CRS and UK Ambassador or UK Embassy, particularly the FCDO, for supporting these noble interventions. So again, thank you very much, and Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Thank you, Mr. Hussein. And finally, we'll be hearing from Ms. Myla Leguro, CRS Technical Advisor for Social Cohesion and Church Engagement.
Thank you very much. On behalf of the CRS Advancing Inclusion, Political Participation of Women in the Bangsamoro Project Team, I extend my appreciation for the support and commitment from the UK Government, Foreign Commonwealth Development Office, the Bangsamoro Women Commission, the Office of the Presidential Advisor on Peace, Reconciliation, and Unity, our beloved local government partners, and of course, our women leaders represented here by Zukria and by Susara. The project is set within a context of challenges and opportunities for women engagement. Sanam Naragi Andrelini, a woman peace scholar and activist, describes this as two parallel universes at play. In one, women vocal and present in every sphere and present in every sphere they have been invisible with limited roles of their own lives. Our hope through which women's act, increasing this public life, women's empowerment and families, communities, and economies. So I hope that the AI PPWB project will be one of the positive contributions to advancing women's engagement in political participation. So thank you very much and have a good afternoon to everybody.
Thank you, Myla. We are hopeful that under your leadership, this project will achieve all its desired objectives and goals. This brings us to the end of our program. But before we bid each other farewell, may I request all participants in this virtual launch to kindly turn on your video for our photo opportunity.
Manage your expectations.
Kaya mo nga bungkal ninyo mga failure.
Di pa kira. Oy, ikaw na kasakya. Mag-upload ako teaser.
Tuwag. Huwag na rin pagrata.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. I think that ends our program. So thank you very much for being here with us. Have a good day. God bless us all.
Congratulations, everyone.
Welcome, everyone.